Hi, so this is an amazing problem for geometry regarding the triangle inequality theorem. So this question's asking you to put the lengths A, B, C, D, E in order. It's not really clear because you kind of have to think about it. This is saying that it's less than. So this is less than this. This is less than this. I don't even love the way it's written, but the question itself is really good. So the triangle inequality theorem basically says that that the largest side or the longest side of a triangle has to be across from the largest angle. And the smallest side or the shortest side of the triangle has to be across from the smallest angle. All right, well that's all fine and good, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. True, if I draw a triangle. Okay, let me actually use a tool to draw a triangle. I draw a triangle. It kind of makes sense that, or even like a right triangle. It kind of makes sense that if this angle is bigger, that its endpoints are going to be farther away from each other. So most kids really see this as a pretty easy theorem. It's when you involve like a figure that has multiple triangles in it where it gets a little tricky. So in looking at this, I see a figure. It kind of appears to be a parallelogram. I'm not really sure if it is. So I'm going to go through the process of actually finding the missing angles, okay? So 61 plus 59 is 120. So 61 plus 59 is 120, and then 180 minus 120 is 60. Okay, so that does tell me that these lines are parallel, right? And then 15, that tells me this is going to be 61. It actually tells me these D and B, those segments are not parallel, so it's actually not a parallelogram. But the way I think about this is that the lengths kind of all relate to each other in each of the triangles. So let's pretend I was looking at this and I called this triangle 1 and this triangle 2. If I said that the side opposite 59, let's pretend I said it was of length 10, so 10 inches. Well, then the side opposite 60 would have to be bigger than that. So I could say any number bigger than that. So how about 11 inches? And then the side opposite 61 would be 12 inches, right? But then what happens is in this other side of this other triangle now, that 12 inches is across from actually the smallest angle. So 60, across from 60 would have to be bigger than 12. So say 13 inches. And across from 61 would be even bigger than that, so 14 inches. And that's going to work no matter what number you give it. So that tells me that A is going to be the shortest, and that B is going to be next, and then E, and then D, and then C. Now, you might say, okay, Coach Fred, what if you went in the opposite direction, like you didn't pick A first? Okay, so this was 60 and this was 61. So let's kind of go through that. What if I said that C was, I don't know, 20? Well, if C is 20, it's across from 61. Across from 60 has to be less than that, so 19. So then across from E would have to be less than that, so say 18. Well, then in this triangle, 18 has to be the longest. So across from 60 would have to be less than 18. So say 17 and then 16. So the relationship would hold no matter what. All right, so just think about that as you look at more difficult problems and how they all relate to each other, okay? Hopefully that helps in terms of the triangle angle inequality theorem. Thanks so much. Have a great day.